Hey people, it's your old pal gabe'slog, and yes, I know it is Wednesday, July 20th. I'm sorry, people. I've been busy working. You never guess it. Your old pal logger went back to the woods, and look what I got. A refrigerator again. Yippee! Finally. And unfortunately for my pants, went back to work out in the woods. That's all I've got to say about it. Anyways, no. Everybody's wondering, where am I at right now? What part of the totem pole am I on in the logging company itself? Well, I'm at the bottom of the totem pole. You guessed it, I'm the chaser. But I have actually earned my stripes now, where I can go down into the brush. Yippee! I'm gonna go into the brush tomorrow and hook chokers. Because unfortunately, I love being a chaser. Got a rookie on the crew, but the way I look at it, he is a pain in my ass. Don't get me wrong. No, don't get me wrong. I like the second chaser on the crew, but he's been there since, well, I've been there longer than him, and he is not fighting for a permanent spot. But he's the boss's son, so I have to respect him. But I also don't I can push him around, the boss said. Boss told me, hey, if you gotta ruffle up his feathers, go for it. Not gonna bother me. My boss basically told me, hey, don't let him, sorry people, don't let him bother you. He's basically telling me, if you gotta ruffle up this kid's feathers, teach him a thing or two. What happens to younger guys who bully the older guys, Sorry people, I just got some suspenders. Yeah, they're suspenders. I actually thought about getting them because you know what? Well, my grandpa gave them to me, take it back. But I'm getting my own. Well, these are mine for now. But, hey, I can't complain. I wear these out in the woods every single day. I'm sporting suspenders because everybody's saying, man, you look like an old man. I don't give a shit. What do you say? I can wear my suspenders all I want. Anyways. No, I'm back in Grizzly Flats. As you know what, I'm back home. I'm back home in Grizzly Flats because why? I decided to come back. Well, I decided to move from my care home and make a permanent move up here. Why? Because it's a lot better up here and I'm closer to work. And instead of having to drive an hour-long drive just to go to work. Yeah. But you know what? I needed to get out of that care home, and as you can see, my double chin is going away. Kind of, sort of. But hey, I'm not complaining. I get good food up here, don't get me wrong, but... And I'm listening to Buzz Martin. But you know what? I'm going to put on Craig and Terry. Because Craig and Terry are my favorite singers. And yes, I should have thought of this. Search. No, but anyways, Craig and Terry, everybody knows it, that... But, Craig and Terry are my favorite singers out of all of the logging music I've ever heard. But I like Buzz Martin and Craig and Terry. They're all awesome guys. Everybody can't hear it. Hopefully they can hear it in the background. Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna pause that. No, anyways, Craig, and back to what I was saying. Working in the woods is is a pleasure to me. It's a pleasure working out in the freaking woods. And to know that you had family members who have worked out in the woods a lot longer than you have and everything like that. Well, it's a pleasure to me. Basically, I'll sit there every day. Everybody will ask me, "Hey, did your grandpa work for this company?" And I'll tell them, "Yeah." Hold on, people. I'm texting my cousin. Anyways, no, people. Sorry, my cousin just texted me. No, anyways, basically, my boss for JNR, basically the site boss told me, "Hey, I've earned my stripes." He told me, "How would you like to go work down in the brush?" I sat there, I'm like, "Yes," and I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I tried not to get excited, but I'm like, the hell with it. Got in the pickup. When came home, I was hitting the gas pedal so hard in my little pickup, and I'm like, "Yes, I got the brush job. I'm working down in the rigging." That's the greatest job in the world, I think, to myself. But like everybody's saying, a kid of a young adult my age, with the weight I look like, I should not be down in the brush. I should be sitting up in a machine. Everybody's thinking, hell, I shouldn't be in the brush. A kid with my weight and my fat, I shouldn't be up in the brush. I should just be sitting there in a machine every single day. And this is a song also by Buzz Martin called Whistle Punk Pete. And your hook tender is the pause. This is a story of a little guy that was a whistle punk. He wanted to be a hook tender in the worst way. And I guess in his own way, he 5 feet. Sorry, I like the song, people. It's a really good one. Whistle Punk Pete stood only 5 feet. He wasn't gonna get any bigger. But his main ambition was to hold the position of hook tender and head rigger. But everybody knew that unless he grew, he wasn't ever gonna make it. It takes a pretty big man, that's an all-around. Sorry, people. I like Whistle Punk Pete, and I could kind of relate to Whistle Punk Pete because it's like I want to be a hook tender. The reason I want to do it is I'm kind of like Whistle Punk Pete. I'm 5'9", or I don't know how tall I am now, but like I'm thinking, I'm 5'9", or I don't know how tall, but I'm 5 something, and I'm pretty short. Like all the guys, but I'm pretty tall now. Even wearing my cork boots, I'm taller than everybody. Not because the spikes are have me up on a higher level, but because everybody knows that I will. You know, I know what I'm doing. Sorry. No, anyways, it's like I was saying, hook tenders, and it doesn't matter to me what I am. I like working down in the brush no matter what, because it's like the way I look at it. I could be a guy working up as a hook tender down in the brush, blowing in signals to the yarder. But I'll sit there and I'll tell myself, you know what? Why even bother? I like the spot I'm in right now. I'm comfortable. I like work even though I'm on the landing, but then tomorrow I'll be down in the brush. But it's like the way I look at it. this is an opportunity down in the brush to really, prove to the guys down there in the brush I can keep up with them. Because like I told the guys, I texted them earlier today. I told them, hey, guess what? I'll be down in the brush tomorrow. You better keep up with me. All right, you're not gonna be that fast. Somebody watch me. Oh, P.S. And by the way, the new Loggers World magazine came in. This is the July issue. This is the July 2022 issue. And the new Log Trucker 2022 July edition. I think this one for the Loggers World is called, for the title, there's these two young couple, and the couple's company is called Olympic Timber and Excavation LLC in Cedarville, Alma, Washington, or WA. No, I for this couple, they go out of their way. They went out, the husband was he was a part of a rodeo. Well, he worked in construction part-time while he was in the rodeo. The wife worked around the logging industry her whole entire life until then she got the husband eventually quit working for the rodeo and being a construction worker and went to work for his later wife's dad, which is now his father-in-law, and he runs equipment and everything like that, and I'm sitting around thinking, there are a lot of guys who aren't lucky, they never meet a girl, who, they can get along with. Hell, look at me. I have a girlfriend still, She doesn't like it. I'm working out in the woods, but I tell her, I don't care. Because working out in the woods for me is a joy. I like going out in the woods every single day, busting my ass, doing what I can. And on top of that, I also will hold your applause, but everybody sees me wearing this Robinson Enterprises hat. Yeah, I know you can't see the words, but this is Robinson Enterprises. I work for them part-time, but for JNR, I work full-time. Well, I work for both, take it back, both of them I work part-time. I split between both of them. But I mostly, I work for JNR most of the time because Robinson Enterprises right now is going through somewhat of a thing right now where they're mostly building like the Atlas is a company that basically does a lot of tree work and everything around here in the fire areas, and Robinson Enterprises is kind of getting slow. Unlike JNR, they are working full time, so I work for them full time. And I told the boss at Robinson Enterprises, I told him, hey, boss man, I told him, hey, I'll work for JNR full time right now. He's like, I'll give you a call when we go to work full time. He's like, when we go back out into the woods. I'm like, thank you. So what I do for JNR, I now work in the rigging. Robinson Enterprises, I do timber falling. That's the best I can do because, on Robinson Enterprises, we are working like on downhill areas. And of course, I got my old 44 steel chainsaw sitting in the shed, and it's collecting a lot of oil and everything like that. So I, today I decided, you know what, I'll go. My grandpa's got a few logs out there. So I asked my grandpa, hey, can I buck them up? He's like, go ahead. Busted the chainsaw, turned it on, started it up, I started bucking these logs in the length and everything like that, and I'm wearing my aluminum hard hat and my cork boots. My grandpa told me, you don't have to get dressed up. I told him, well, it's part of the job. I gotta look like I'm professional. So, but for JNR right now, it's kind of getting slow. Hold on, people. I'm going to be making a second video about this. Hold on. I will be right back.